Oi, 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 oi. Let me go and take a look at this, boy. Let me go and take a look at this. I really, really try my best not to look at questions too much so I could get a kind of um fresh feeling when I do it. But I'll make too much noise about question two. I had to go and peep at question two. But nevertheless, let's just jump at this and see how fast we can get this paper done, right? If you know your belly win and walk your belly win and be turning like a cement chuck. You better you to watch this, right? Or also I waited a little while because I know other places would have been doing the exam. So I'm pretty sure that everywhere now is not doing the exam. So we can jump at this, we can handle this proper. So let's go. Calculate the value of 7.1 squared plus give me your answer to correct. So we're just gonna plug that in our calculator. Where my calculator, boy? It's still fresh from last night. It's still a last night working on it. The square root of what was 7.1 squared plus 2.9 squared equals 7.66. I'll put the answers as I get now. So write the answers as I do it, and I'll do minor explanations. So I'm not gonna do like full explanations. So it's like 7.66, but the number that come after the 6 is it's two significant figures. They want so 7.7. So two significant figures. And the two decimal places will be 7.67 to two decimal places. Two decimal places. Right? The following quantities in ascending order. They just sit to write it, so you don't even need to show the working, so you can use your calculator. 47%, this is higher. 12 out of 25 is how much? 12 divided by 25, that is 48. And that's the biggest one in ascending order. So you want 12 out of 25 here, the 47% here, and the 0.46 here. So far everything extremely easy. So you're supposed to collect these you're supposed to collect these 2 marks, no problem, right? What's the next question? The next question is Mahindra and Jaya shared. I could share the stream. Press like, share the stream. Hopefully, you didn't lose no marks. Mahindra and Jaya shared this in the ratio 7.5. How much more money does Jaya receive? We do this just last night. Let me say what we do already on the stream within like or in class within like the last I want to say last month. Everything so far. So everything so far common. We do this exact same thing. So you subtract the difference in parts. My hands are the jitters, right? Because I didn't sleep in a while. In parts of 7 minus 5 is 2. That's 2 parts. By the way, the total parts, so this is a straightforward ratio question, is equal to 7 plus 5 is equal to 12, which is equal to 7,224. So you find for one part is 7,224, and you divide it by 12, and how much you get with that? 7,224 divided by 12. You want me to watch over question 1? One question 1, you want me to watch over? One question 1, you want me to look over 7 point. I can't go back now. You could always pull back this stream if you want to watch it over. I try not to take too long on this. And 7,224 divided by 12. It doesn't matter if I put the brackets or not on the Casio. It would still work and give me the same answer. 602. So therefore, the difference is 602 times 2. 1,204 dollars. More money does Mahindra receive. So far so good. So far so good. Excuse me. Now so the difference in parts, and then we get the total parts we form for 1. The present population of Plymouth is 5,500. It is expected that the population increase by 42% by the year. What? What the number 55? Oh, that's the population. So write it in standard form, no problem. 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 by 10 to the power of 5. 5.5 by 10 to the power of 5. So far, so good. Calculate the expected population. So 42% increase. Increase means 142% is the final. So therefore, in 2030, it's going to be 142 out of 100, and you multiply by the 550000. What you all got? What you all got for that? I'll calculate that way. What you'll get for that? 142 over 100 multiply by 550123. 7810. 7810. Like all you're starting to be the answers. 781000 is the population. And they never really give any units when they was talking about it, so I don't think we need to give any units. So far so good. So far everything looking proper. Yeah. So next up, we still in question 1, but there's a graph. We still in question 1, but there's a graph. What is going on? What is going on? All right, this is US. It's exchange rate. So it's exchange rate. We did this recently. So they give you a flat line exchange rate. That's really good, because if they don't need to do this with a curve, then they back now. Anyhow, convert US $2 to EC. So we're gonna touch the road. We're gonna play a game and touch the road. Just like cumulative frequency. We come only 2 there. Well, similar to how we touch the road, and you come down here, and what you get? That looking like 5.4 from graph. And I'll show the dotted lines now. How much will I get on the graph? Let's put an extra 0 there since we're dealing with dollars. So far, so good. And convert EC $70 to US. Well, I will use the $10. I'll use the $10 and just extrapolate. 10, because this is EC side. So 10 EC. Hey, and I read off that 4 instantaneously now. I'm not using the 10 anymore. I reject the 10. I need to use a number that the what I want, 70, 75. I could use the 5. I could use the 8, but I don't want to use the 8. The 8 look like it fit perfectly, you know. Which one will I use? I'll use the 7. Let's use the 7. So 7 maps out to, what do I get? 2.6 USD. What I use? I'll use the 7. I use the 7. The 7, or I use 1. 1 maps out to 0.4. I find the 7 fitting snugly on this here. I don't know. All you had the real paper, so you cannot tell which one is the best one to use. The 7 maps out to 2.6. So 7 EC from graph. Just show your line after so you have your proof. From graph, $7 EC. How do you write EC? 7. No, they write EC first. From graph, EC $7 is equal to what you get? EC 7 is equal to 2.6. 260 USD. I saw a customer writing USD. And now 70 will have to be 2.60 because I'll have to multiply by 10 to get to there. Will have to be 2.60 by 10. So again, approximately 26. I guess there's a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot. So I would say anything within the range of like maybe 25 to 27, 28 might be accepted. Once you can show it on your graph. I don't know the exact graph at this. I wasn't in the exam room, CXE. I wasn't in the exam room. I didn't screenshot any papers or anything at CXE. So it looking like 2.6 to me. So yeah, so looking like 26 is one of the best answers you could get. It fits 8 fits snugly on 3, but I don't want to use 8 because that'll go into 70. Okay, what's the next question? Next question. So I need to just remove my screen, reload this. and bring up the next question. Boy. So that's the end of question one. Read. That's the end of question one. Yeah, read question 9 marks you get it. Let's go into question 2. The weirdest thing in that question one was the graph, but okay, fine. Fine. All right, so we're back at it again. Question 2. Right, so we this was one of my predictions that would continue to happen. And I really taking no sort of credit for predictions, but because I just use trends, and this has been trending a lot, where they give you a geometrical shape with algebra involved. So Laura needs to put mesh around 2 seabeds to protect her ceilings. Altogether, she uses 60 meters of mesh around, right? So this is perimeter. And the perimeter of this and the perimeter of that came up to 60 meters. That's what they're saying, right? Where's the factorization? So someone in the exam room was like, Miss, you give me the wrong paper. This one ain't no factorization. Yeah, normally they bring factorization. So this was interesting. So the width of rectangular seabed is X. Do we have any new friends here? The length of the rectangular seabed is 3 times the width. So this is 3 times X. This is 3 times X here. This is X here as well. This could be Y. This could be Y. This could be Y. So I have something. Using the information given, yes. So the perimeter of the seabed, wait. Let me call it seedbed 1 and seedbed 2 now. 1, 2. Perimeter 1 plus 2 must be equal to the 60 meters. So if I check the perimeter of this is x plus 3x plus x plus 3x. So I could see this is 8x plus 4y must be equal to 60. Coming up with my expression. And they want for y in terms of x. So this means y is the subject of the formula. So I'd advise you not to stop there. Remember, I tell you all in the check over to check the question and make sure you're answering the actual question. So what I would do is divide everything by 4 first to get rid of these numbers that biggish. And then bring across the 2x. So y is equal to 15 minus 2x. And this is the answer we're looking for. 15 minus 2x. Hopefully. Hopefully. Y'all, if I make any mistakes when I'm doing this, I'll just send the corrections in the comments. But I'm feeling like I'm in a good mood to get a clean production here. The area of the rectangular seabed is equal to the area of the square seabed. I show that question. So we need to write down a quadratic equation in terms of x and show that area is equal to, so if the areas are equal, what is this? 3. Because remember we're dealing with what? We're dealing with 3x by x and y by y. So the areas is 3x by x must be equal to y by y. So 3x squared must be equal to y squared. So that's the premise. That's what we start off with there. But we know we had to, they should have said hence here to help you think to it. Because you have this from before. You have what x in terms of y. So we want to stick that in there. That's the connection you had to make. You had to make that connection. So this will leave us with, therefore, 3x squared is equal to, and in place of the y, we will have what? We will have 15 minus 2x, and we will square that. 15 minus 2x, and we will square that. So we will have 3x squared. I'll show you how to square these things really fast. Let's press like on the stream there. So it's 225. Nice, and I see that number there. 15 squared. 2 by 15 by negative 2, that's negative 60x and negative 2x squared is plus 4x squared. So all I need to do is bring across this, and I get 0 is equal to 225 minus 60x. If I bring across the 3x squared, right, I will get just the x squared minus 60x plus 225 plus 225 is equal to 0. So this is our QED here. I find this wasn't. So something CXC, a trend that CXC is doing right now is that they are forcing the question to happen with the limited number of marks. So CXC, if you're listening, my advice is to raise how much marks in the maths exam, in the maths paper 2. Raise how much marks in the maths paper 2 back to the 120. But still keep the same questions, but just add some more marks to the questions. It's using the same questions. But this question is a 3-mark question. You can get marks in 3 spots in this question. You know what I'm saying? Or even 4 marks if you're feeling happy. So the mark allocation here was very intense. Mark allocation was intense in this paper. You're making these students overwork for no marks. At least give them some marks now, right? So then calculate the total area of the 2 seabeds is the next part. So what we had to do this insinuating we need to solve the quadratic. Calculate the total area of the seabeds. So we could put this quadratic into our calculator to make our life easier here. 5, 3, 1, negative 60, 225, 225. Getting some real naughty answers here. Calculate the total x squared. Did I put the right thing? X squared minus 60. Minus 60. Is it that they want me to use a quadratic formula here, boy? That question real suspicious, boy. This not factorizing. It's not factorizing. I'll leave out a part. Part 1, I'll leave out a part. Part 2, solve the quadratic equation. So solve the quadratic equation was 3 marks. Okay, they give you 3 marks for it. They give you 3 marks for quadratic. So that I hint there. It's not factorizing. I feel like I don't need to feel like I do the right thing. I don't need to feel like I do the right thing because they told me this. And my calculator is telling me that this solely I don't factorize. You see that this is why I tell her to learn how to do the quadratics in your calculator. Because imagine how much time you're waste trying to factorize this. This is not factorizing. You see them weird numbers we getting there. You're getting 4 and you're getting. So what's the working real show for this? Where is CX? You be listening to me or? So sometime on a live stream I said in the last 15 or 20 years, I've never seen we use the quadratic formula. So this is actually a case where we're going to use the quadratic formula. They said using the quadratic formula. Way, CXC, stalking me, dog. So they say using the quadratic formula. Fortunately, quadratic formula is given in the start. So minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So you substitute, you'll get negative 60 plus or minus the square root of negative 60 to b squared minus 4 by 1 by 225 all over 2a. And you can basically jump to your calculator here and show the 2 answers. So x is going to be, we already know what x is going to be, 55.98. Let's use 55.98 to 2 dp, or x is going to be a stick, not a stick, 4.02. 4.02. If you want to go 19 to 4 significant figures, since I kept this to 4 significant figures, let me stay with the same 4 significant figures. I don't like this question. The reason I don't like this question is too much work for a question 2, boy. The person who make this question 2 should be fired. Jonesy, what is going on, Jonesy? So 55.98 and 4.019. If I was a student, I'd feel very insecure about this. Very insecure about if I was a student. Oh God. If I was a student, I'd feel really insecure about this question. Even as a teacher, I don't like I feel like I'm doing the correct thing, but I don't like it. All right, so calculate the total area of the 2 seabeds. Total area of the 2 seabeds. Remember, y is really where we get y. Y is really 15 minus 2x. So seabed 1. Seedbeds are calling it seabed. Yes, I need sleep all here. Seedbed 1. Look how long I am this question is I just seen comments in forums right now. Seedbed 1 is 3x by x. 3x by x. So this is, hold on, let me use seedbed 2 because I could get 2 answers now. What in the world is this question? Seedbed 2. Them trying to kill you with this question now. Y by y, that's a square. But first I need to find what y is. Y is equal to, so they're trying to kill you with this question here. Ladies and gentlemen, they are trying to kill me with this question. 15 minus 2x. 15 minus 2x. 15 minus 2x. So it's 15 minus 2. Right. This is what I was going to show you here. 55, and that's so. This is a negative answer. So this is invalid. Invalid for a dimension. You can't use a negative dimension. You ever see any I'll ever see a seabed negative? So therefore, you have to say y is equal to 15 minus 2 by the 4.019. 15 minus 2 by the 4.019, bang. Get that? 6.962. You all get that? 6.962? 6.962. So this is the only one that makes sense. So the area of the seed, since x could only be 4.019, I'll only use that. So it's 3 by 4.019 by 4.019. And what you all will get with that? You get some answer there. You have to really be down in your calculator for this one, boy. And 6, this is not good treatment of the students of the region. How we could do this to the students of the region. In the question 2, we had the whole of the Caribbean struggling for question 2 like this, boy. Nah. 6.92 squared. That's 48.46. Let's say 48.47. 48.47 something. And what the next one going to be? I'll come back and put that unit see. I'll get that number. I'll get that number or just me. That one is that just me or in this too? 4.019 bang. And so wait. The total area of the 2 seabeds. I kind of overplay my hand there because the area of one seabed is equal to the area of the next seabed. So I can just stick with that y. You understand? So I didn't need to do that. Total area of the 2 seabeds. Therefore, the 2 seedbeds is equal to 2 times that. 2 times the 48.47, which is going to be. So yeah, boy, this question was intense, boy. Times 2. third place to make your waste marks too. All you get is 96.9. 96 point what? 9. 96.9. And what this was? What this was? This was meters. What this was? Where this thing went? Area. I don't know what it was. Where they gave you any kind of indication of the units? They didn't give you no indication of the units anyway. Meters. Why meters? Why meters? So meters squared. Meters squared. Woo! That was space, boy. All that just for 2 marks. You have to do this. So that's what I'm saying. I need to talk a little bit CXC. I know you're watching me, Jonesy. Jonesy, I know you're watching me. You're trying to see if you can find something to send a cease and desist me for Jonesy. Cut out this. Where's this? You need to cut out this. You need to put the more marks in the question. It's actually okay for the syllabus, but you could split it up into more parts and parallel more guidance and add more marks to the exam, because what is this? This is not 9 marks. No way, no how. Some people is trying to insert themselves into a situation here. So whoever make up that question really was trying to say, like, look at the kind of question 2 I could make now, boy. Hey, look at the kind of performance I could perform. That's all well and good, but at least allocate the marks properly now. Let me see how it goes. So everybody's saying it was mostly that question. The rest wasn't too bad. So let me see what happened. And here I'm trying to snap the next part, but I don't want to snap. Jonesy, cut out that now, man. Jonesy, what you doing in people them questions, boy? So I'll stop spreading rumors now, boy. I'll interrupting my live stream. I don't read them thing about leak and thing. Okay, so a vertical flagpole stands on a horizontal ground, so they coming in with what? They coming in with a Pythagoras and a SOHCAHTOA, predicted. So that question 2 was predicted, but the length and amount of, let me bring up my screen, sorry, I forget to bring up my screen. The length of that question 2 was not predicted. The amount of time, I didn't really believe they would do something like that. I never believed that. A vertical flagpole FP stands on a horizontal ground and is held by 2 ropes. PG and PR are shown in the diagram below. This is 18. FR. Any new friends? No new friends. Calculate the height of the flagpole FP. Class, I want my student have class to know this was a homework. This was in the notes. This was at the end of the basic trigs notes. So I hope everybody in the student have get this one correct. This is to cleanse your palette of what in the world was that question. So we need to examine this like this. This is the angle here. It's 38. Which one we're going to use? This is 18. This is this side. So this is the opposite. This is the hypotenuse. Therefore, the sine of an angle is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So the sine of 38 is equal to the opposite over the 18. And if the one you're trying to find is on top, you bring it across. So you really have to keep your poker face on. Like if you let a question 2 get to your head and like, oh gosh, I'm going to fail, you might not be able to catch back at yourself and focus in these questions. So 18 by the sine of 38 is what we're looking at. 11.08. They are asked any specificities. Therefore, FP is equal to 11.08 meters. And you always have to check and see if they ask any significant figures or decimal places. How many of you all got that? Or some of you all put 11.1. I could put 11.08. Next question. Right, that we're talking about. That is 2 marks. So how you could tell me in all earnest, T, that this is 2 marks, but the last thing we do was 2 marks too. Yeah, that's some kind of something about yourself, CXC. This is why people is be bad talking you out in the Caribbean streets. If CXC would really let somebody top maths teachers in the Caribbean put down a good work on the paper, or they will get some nice high quality exams now. But me know who they are writing these papers, but find PR the length of one of the pieces of rope used to hold the pole. PR. So we just found this to be 11.08. So now we're going to use Pythagoras theorem, 11.08, 9.7, and we're going to find the hypotenuse. So let's call that C, let's call that A, and let's call that B. Using Pythagoras theorem, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So we're going to have 11.08 to B squared plus 9.7 to B squared is equal to C squared. So C is equal to the square root of all that tralala. So let me say you are the answer from last time. So let me just go ahead and find the square root of 9.7 squared plus answer squared, and that will give me the answer real accurate. So this is 14.73. So C is equal to 14.73. You put back this inside there, right? And this is what we said was meters. Once again, normal thing. If you use cost rule on this, you need licks because we're using big steamrollers for these kind of easy questions for. What's next? What is that? What is that? All right. Parallel lines. Okay. In the diagram below, PQ is parallel to MN. Just now they could win on TikTok by just doing something. So, what am I saying? Find the value of X here. Yeah, this paper taking some time, boy. Are they finish? Are they finish on time? Are they finish on time? Anybody run out of time? And the diagram below, PQ is parallel to M and LRT is an isosceles triangle. LRT. So I guess U and U is the isosceles. And SLT is a straight line. Find the value of X. Oh, my brother. So you really have to know the transversals things here, boy. All right, so base angles in an isosceles triangle are equal. So therefore, let's call this X. X is equal to 180, and you take away the 28 and you divide by 2. What are you going to get with all, yeah? 180, subtract the 28, and then you divide by 2. So you get 76. So if this is 76, if this my boy here is 76, right? Let's call this Y. I would label the things. Therefore, Y is equal to, well, yeah, the right reason, angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, Y is equal to 180 minus, what is that thing like? 76. 180 minus 76 is 104. Take your time with that subtraction, boy. And then lastly, oh, I can't call that X because it have an X here. My bad. I can't call that X. I'm paying too much X. You mustn't develop too much X as well. The less X, the better. So let me call that P then. P. So P. Like P now or there. So therefore, no, we're gonna say Y and P, or you can label it instead of using Y, I just like to use Y. MTL is Y, right? You see that MTL is Y, and LTR is what I call P. But the reason why I'm using this, nobody want to write MTL and LTR for the rest of their life. Let me just use them things. So therefore, Y and X are, and you're writing this corresponding. Do you remember how corresponding is? If you're in the same position now, boy, on the transversal, on both of the parallel lines. Therefore, how much marks they gave for this? 2. Tell you the real stingy the marks, boy. So X is equal to 76 degrees. Come on, CXC. All you need to revisit all your marking structure. It's okay to give these students the question, but the marks, boy, you're really trying to make, always get half mark. Because if you're giving half mark, fine, that makes sense. If this is a half mark and they're a half mark and they're a half mark, but as far as I know, half mark, if half mark ever pass, ever has never been a thing. Okay, the next part of this is, wait, that's all I have to find, right? Find the value of x. Did I make a mistake? 76 minus, it corresponding, so it had to be equal. So I write back 76 here. It had to be 104. It's corresponding, right? So they are equal. Little small typo there, although I'm not typing. So yeah, 104, 104. Don't get frightened, don't get frightened. It's 104. It's 104. Y and x are equal, they corresponding, right? So what's next came a transformation. Don't get frightened there. Don't get frightened, don't get frightened. What is in this transformation? They're saying t. I had to go to a new page again. Yeah? So you'll just let me just bring up this because whiteboard real moving. Whiteboarding these days. I could try journal, but journal was real sticking me up in the crash course. So bring back up my screen there. Boom. So that's what we had. And they want us to describe the transformation from shape T to shape Q. Not too bad again, not too bad. So the question, they want us to describe it. They didn't ask us to draw anything on the graph, right? Nothing was asked to be drawn on the graph. So, but we can see here that this line is the axis or the line of symmetry, or the, better yet, the equation for the line of reflection. And what is this line called? What is this line called? This is 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 2. It seems like anything x is y is. So this is the line y is equal to x. So who went to who? Who went to who? Shape T and its image Q. T went to Q. T went to Q, right? So they say to describe fully. Let me get. I just don't understand why they have so much lines. The little things is paranoid. Main these questions. Describe fully the single transformation that map shape T on Q. Shape T went to Q. So it is a reflection in the line y is equal to x. Now with reflection, you just need to say is a reflection and you just need the line. So describe fully the transformation that map shape T onto Q. Well, say what from my CXC, right? What really going on here? So tell me how this is too much. But yes, are you seeing the inconsistencies here? You're seeing why this don't make no sense. This is making no sense. CXC, all you need to organize it. How? All right, now we understand that they make use of the KCR and things. So some questions will inevitably take longer than some, right? But not by so much. Not by so much, CXC. You're clunging yourself and you're trying to clung the whole Caribbean. On the diagram above, draw the image of shape T after it undergoes a translation by the vector. So this is a translation. Notice this is the new age name for it, translation. Or they like to call it glide and slide, and all, which is not wrong, eh? That's not wrong. But the name from the 60s, they like anti-Euclid and thing. We call it translation now. So we want to translate T, -1, go backwards 1, go up 6. And we need to draw this, label this image M, go backwards 1, go up 6. Go backwards 1, go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're here. You're here. You're here. Well, everything you're collecting marks nice and easy though, boy. Everything collecting marks nice and easy here. and they do it for 1 mark. So if they had paid for like 2 marks, I'd tell you what to do. So they just wanted you to draw on the shape, draw the image. No other thing was needed. Label this image M. Nothing else was needed. You just need to go backwards 1, go up 6. Now, if they had like 2 marks and 3 marks and they wanted you to show the working, you would have to go through and show how you take this point, at least one of the points, and this is the coordinates 2, 1, and show how you add on -1, 6 to this. So you get the image 1, 7. You understand? And there's the object of a point. So, but I really don't think that was necessary in this question. But you never know. According to CXC, that 1 mark could really be real thing behind that 1 mark. All right, so we finally reached to number 4. Question 2 was a nightmare, people. Those of y'all who just came in. Question 2 was, what was question 2? Question 2 was improperly. Wait, we finish? What do you think about question 3? Everybody did well in question 3? Out of the 9 marks in question 3, you all got it? So question 3, half a course. I would rate question 3 not easy, not hard, just okay. A rectangle PQRS. Just now, people only messaging me, boy. Just see some messages there earlier. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm just making sure, you know, now, the L word. I'm just making sure the L word didn't happen here. All right. I'm not seen any evidence of the L word earlier. In case you know what the L word is, somebody in the chat will tell you. I ain't seen any evidence of the L word. A rectangle PQRS has a diagonal PR where P is the point this and R is the point that. Calculate the length of the line PR. All right, length of a line, not bad, not bad. So PR is equal to the square root. This is a x2 minus x1 to be squared. You just need to memorize this from coordinate geometry. Nothing too tough here. 2 marks is fair. 2 marks is fair. So this is x2, y2, and let's call this one x1, y1. So we're going to say this is like -4. Oh, sorry. Let's use the x's. 4 minus -3 to be squared plus -4 minus 10 also to be squared. And you can just throw that whole thing in your calculator and just go with the grace of God by now. So I really feeling to go through all of that. As a big man out here. So this is 4 minus, so this is 7 squared. Plus, and it can be -14, but I don't really care going and square it anyhow. So like just put 14 squared. And 7 root 5 units, or for CXC, you know, them really want to see no surds here, bro. They were the exact value. So it was okay if you have like 15.65, 15.65, 15.7, 15.7, but just put your approximation to 3 significant figures, right? If you want to go like that. You all got that one out? So far, so good in this question. Then determine the equation of the line PR. Nice things, nice things. They were talking about. This is what I am talking about. So we back to reality here. The person who make up this question grounded in reality. Marks, proper allocation, everything. So -3, 10. All you need to sort out whoever do that question to CXC. All you need to avenge CXC. Don't leave it so. Don't let it stand so CXC. Determine the equation of the line. Why I put them x there, but I need gradient. Let's find the gradient. Gradient of PR is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What I get for the gradient? What I get for the gradient? Some of these comments cracking me up right now. Somebody say cook beyond recovery. Somebody write and say, I've been sorted with a side surfing or something. I put it on my Instagram. Hey, are they real creative, boy? -3. So what we get? We get 2. Sorry, -2. You get -14/7. You get -2. And then let's use this one. I ain't get to use this one in our island here. You could also find for C, but let me use this one. Feeling to use this one today. So y minus, and let me put in the 10 this time, is equal to -2 by x minus -3. So in the end, you're going to get y minus 10 is equal to -2x. This is plus 3, so this is -6. And then y is equal to -2x plus 4 in the end when you bring across the 10. All right, Talia, what are you feeling? I'll get something like that. -2x plus 4. Equation of the line. That was a really respectable question. Really respectable. That question gave me full respect. That question was respectable. You understand? He wasn't overdoing it. So let me just organize our next page there for you. We're going to do the functions part now. Part B. 2 functions. That's how it went. That's how it went. So what question are we on? Question 4. Very respectable. A nice coordinate geometry. Full respect. And a nice little functions. The functions function in 2. The part algebraic expression in the functions, but we can function with that too. So this is really, you're going to replace the x with everything you see here. We are doing stuff like this recently. We back to reality early. So this is 3x minus 6 plus 1. So this is 3x minus 5. Cool, cool. That is it. Look at this now. Look at the beauty in maths now. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty in maths. Why we could not keep it like this? Gosh, boy, you're beautiful. Why we could not keep it like this right through? And then now we have G thing to finish off. We finish off strong, right? Question right now you winning. Right now you winning in life in a question. I just needed to tell you that. So G of so x squared. So this is really, let me don't overdo it. Next any questions that a while up itself. But question right now you're leading the race in terms of the sweetest. So G is equal to x squared. Yes, yes. So therefore, this is really, you have to put this and square it there now. So it's 3x plus 2 to b squared plus 10. And I told you all how to square this over and over really fast. So you put in 9x squared plus 12, 2 by 3, 6 by 2 is 12x plus 4 plus 10. And you end up with a 9x squared plus 12x plus 14. I've seen somebody saying, doing the same thing I warn you not to do. Practice it early. Learn when we are doing it in this whole week. A lot of the stuff we do this whole week, everything we do this whole week come in this question. This was a respectable question. And if you had practiced it, you wouldn't be here bawling for mercy right now. You'd be like, yes, congratulating yourself like the rest of the people here. So that question was the sweetest question I see so far. Let me see what they have in store for statistics. Watch how fast we wrap up question 4 now. Question 4 helped to mend with broken bones from question 2. So Mr. Morgan administered a spelling test to his class. Right, yeah. From the data, find the mode. So as the mode, you have to be careful here. From the data set shown above, state the mode. What is the mode? The table below shows the number of words. So this is the point. This is like the variable here. The number of words. And this is the variable. And this is important. As sensing somebody, you're going to get this wrong. From the data set above, state the mode. That real vague. This little vague question 5, you're starting off on shaky grounds. They should have said state the modal number of words or state the modal frequency. But since they didn't say state anything and they just write state mode, you have to assume they're talking about the variable. So if you put, I can tell you what is wrong. If you put 8, that's wrong. And if you put 2, that's wrong. The correct answer is 5. 5 is the modal number of words because you have 8 of them. All right. So that's what they're looking for. Trust me on that one. And then they want you to do the median now. Right, I start back singing and thing. I starting back to feel like I'm in the right place here. Just now I was wondering where I was. So the median. All right. So remember last night in the yeah, this one. Finally, I get one. Fine. It only took until question 5, but I make it. What is positivity? Yeah, I see that question. I was really cracking up with that. I posted on my Instagram, all kind of thing. So for the data set shown above, steady mode, how do we get the median here? So it's important to think of this like we have 8 5s. So it is like I have 8 5s line up. Remember, I tell you, they loving this kind of grouping data median mode vibes. So you have 8 5s going here. So I need to cross out 8 things coming up from the top this way. You understand? 4 and 3 is 7. 2, I take out 1 out of this, so 8. So you have to be careful now. I already seen the mode when I be the median when I be the median when I be 6 now. I'll show you the next way to do it too. So 1, 2, still have 1 there. 1, 2, I still have 2 here. 1, 2, the median is 6. So the median is, and they say the state, so they need no working. The median is 6. How many of you all got that? Now, if you said the median is 2 plus 2 divided by 2 is 2, or you put 7 plus 8 divided by 2 is 7.5, that's wrong. So the other way to do it is to check how much words they said. The table below shows the number of words out of 10 that each student spelled correctly. So how many students? They didn't tell you how much students in the class, so you had to add it up. So this way it's taking a little longer. 4, 8, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Add up all of that and tell me how much they get. 8 and 4 is 12 and 4 is 16 and 4 is 23. You get 23? Check that for me there. So the median is n plus 1 divided by 2. So it's 23 plus 1 divided by 2. You're not adding up the number of words in there, adding up the number of persons, the number of students, which is found in the 12th term. That's not the answer. The median is not 12. It's found in the 12th term. I was doing this yesterday in the crash course earlier. So 8 and 4 is 12. So it's found in the last 6. So that's how we could find it as well. The 12th term is in the last 6. So that's the next way you could work it out. Calculate the mean. I tell you, they love it. The next one is calculate the mean. All right, I'm starting to reach into the profit mode here. Starting to reach in the full prophesying mode here because all of this was predicted, right? So calculate the mean number of words spelled correctly. So remember how you're working out the mean when it's this kind of group business. You really want a situation where you can get the sum of fx divided by the sum of f, right? All you remember that? Crash course people. All you remember that? So question 5, fair. Start off a little shaky with that mode hint. You have to kind of go back into your SCA mind to figure that out. So I need a fx column, I need a fx row. So I either draw over the thing or so and squeeze in a fx row here. And fx, meaning I multiply each one. 5 by 8 is 40, 6 by 4 is 24, 7 by 2 is 14, 16, 9 3 is 27, 40 here again. And then I need to add up all of that. You all did that? 5 by 8, 40, 6 by 4, 24, 7 by 2 is 14, 8 by 2 is 16, 9 by 3 is 27. And then you add up all of that. So the sum of fx, 40 plus 24 plus 14 plus 16 plus 27 plus 40. How much will I get for the sum of fx? I'll get 161. So 161 over 23. Class, that dividing exact. Oh, good. I love this question. Question, you come back up. You come in sweet question. So the mean number of words is 7. Let's put words. We go and check and make sure we have units where we need to. The median is 6 words spelled correctly. 5 words spelled correctly. That was it was, right? I'm trying to lose any marks for them kind of thing. So 7 words spelled correctly. Question 7, what was this? Question 5, not bad. Question 5, not bad. And then we have a cumulative frequency curve. Also, we in known, this is meta. We in known territory here. We have played with this before. So the attendance officer at a particular school recorded the time in minutes taken by each student, the data collected, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So the number of students who took at most 32 minutes to travel to school, at most. So up to 32. So there's a touch the road situation. So we need to find 32, which is right here. Go up, touch the road, so you'll end up there. And then swing across. So let me see. I'm not too sure if my graph is what earlier graph had. But I get in. Let's see if I could get a little extra accurate. Yeah, again, well again. This had to be 44, 48, 52, 56, yeah. So 52. I'll get 52. Anyway, I'm wrong, they're good. 9 times 52, 52, 52. Holy, I could say 55. If you're above 55, that kind of sus. Because remember, this counting in 4s enough. 4. So you was able to use your bionic vision and divide that little tiny thing into 4 pieces and spot at 55 there. Nah, bro. You're overdoing it. so let me just say 52 from graph. 52 students. And I'm feeling good about that. From graph, 52 students. Hold up. The data collected is shown in. Find an estimate for the number of students who took at most up till 32, right? 52? 52. Yeah, 52 students. 52. If it were 55, I find a real sus. Don't put 55. All I mean is you can't change it now. But... And then we needed to find the interquartile range. So the interquartile range for 2 marks, question 5, you're starting to go back down again. Every time I give some hope, you come back with your silliness. So for 2 marks, how many students? 220. So from the graph, we assuming that is 220 students, right? So it could be 221. We don't know, but it's looking like 220, right? So assuming n is 220 students, Q1 would be found at n plus 1 divided by 4. So this is 221 divided by 4, whatever that is. Somebody tell me what that is. And Q2 will be found, that's the term, right? Term. Would be found at n plus 1 divided by, well, 3/4 of n plus 1 then. 2. So where that is, somebody tell me what that one is. So we have 55.5. That's what they say. 221 divided by how much? 4? Yeah, 55.25. And this one will be 75. 221 multiplied by 0.75 is 165.75. So, okay, so we're looking at the 55.8. So 55.25, sorry. 55.25. You see how they're making sense? You see how I'll check this. I can't even say what I want to say right now. I'll check this paper before they bring it CXC. Or you had somebody sit down and do it for real. Maybe you should have done that. Or maybe you should have had somebody do individual questions now. Because watch this. This is 55.25. Well, I'm looking for 55. But it kind of interrupting this line. So you're going to mess up my working from my last question. And you can't be paying a big man through that. And then this comes down here. So there's like what? 33? Anybody experience this difficulty in the exam? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's not nice. You make me find something really close to Q1 and now making me draw a line on top of that. What is that? So anyhow, Q1 is here. So let me say this is actually 32 minutes, right? 33 minutes, sorry. I don't want to use the exact 32 now because it's not exactly 32. And then 165, this could be 4, 165 could be somewhere here, so come across touch the road. So the 165 safe. Question 5, you're going down in the level of number 2, and I saying a lot. Yeah, this question I'm looking sideways, looking around, trying to find who trying to punk me right now. So this is 54 minutes. 54 minutes. This is good. So therefore, the IQR going to be 54 minus the 35. No, how much I say 33? Or 54 minus 34. All they're good. So 21. I'll get about 21, 20, 21, 20 or 21. I give it that correct. 21 minutes. You must put the unit. So question 5. Question 5 reach any level of question 5 reach any level of question 2 with that one. It could be that they want to say like this. If they tell me that this would map up to Q1, fine. I mean, this line could get repeated now. So they're kind of making a hence thing, but they didn't. So the next part of the question is the Jones that somebody was telling me about this positivity. I saw CXC that TT made a meme about it. I wonder who runs that page. So the letters in the word positivity are each written on separate cards and placed in a bag. Dacia picks. Who's come up with these names? Like 2 of these cards at random with replacement. If they say without replacement, that'd be at maths level. That'd be at maths level. But I must comment that this is first things starting to stick outside of norm question. Now, the problem with question 2 is not necessarily that it was outside of the norm. It was hard. Yes, it was hard. But it could come. They bring that geometrical thing. I tell you all something like that could come. The problem with question 2 is that it was long and hard, right? That's a problem for question 2. It was well structured in that way. This one is outside the norm because for years now, all they're doing in probability is just asking you one straight question for one math for like 10, 15, 20 years. This is thing from back in my day. I feel like I'm back in 2005 here doing this. So with replacement, that's interesting. So how much eyes we have? 1, 2, 3, 3 eyes. How much letters we have on all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you know how it be to count things like this for me, it's something to do with, I don't want to say, what is that thing? This, like, I don't want to say that, but like when things close to each other like that. Anyhow, so that's 10. So you have 1, 2, 3 I's. So 3 I's, 10 letters. So the probability to pick I, remember, I want to put desired out. My thing starting to stick, right? So I will just shortcut the statement here and reload it. But I would really put the number of desired outcomes over the total number of outcomes and then substitute 3 out of 10. And then the probability to pick, I'll write over the probability to pick. What's the next one I want to pick? V. How much V? 1V. Probability to pick V, I'd write that whole thing and I'd write 1 out of 10. And if you're doing things with replacement, it means you should try to write this word somewhere, although it's 2 marks. That is it's independent events. So it don't matter what you do before, it's independent events. So therefore the probability that one happened and the next one happened means you just have to multiply. In case you didn't know, now you know. So that is 3 out of 100. 3 out of 100. And they wanted it as a percentage? No. So you could put 3 out of 100, you could put 0.03, or you could put 3%. Any one of them would work. So let me see if I could fix this board before it shut down. So yeah, that question was that's the first unorthodox question. That is one I did not predict. That question knocked me back down again, boy. I won. It's what we are starting to catch back a length again now. Oh god, boy. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let me see if we can catch back a next length. There's the measurement question, and all you know measurement man do not play. I getting tired, but I feeling to throwing the towel. So the diagram below shows a gold bar in the shape of trapezoidal prisms, blah blah blah. Oh, so they give us a volume 2886. The length and height of the prism. All right, they give you real things. Calculate the area of the cross section. Okay. So volume of a prism is the cross sectional area by the length multiplied by the length it's drawn throughout. So therefore, the cross sectional area is the volume divided by the length. So that's that 2886 divided by 31.2, which is what? So that was an easy start. They start off good. I hope I didn't let the question frighten early and then do that little easy piece there. 31.2. So what you get? 92.5 centimeters. 92.5 centimeters. You all get, class? Wait. The cross-sectional area is the volume divided by the length is drawn throughout. So it is 92.5 cm squared. How many of you all got that? Cm squared. Anybody get that? Or it's just me? It's starting to make me feel paranoid. Let me double check this again. If it's dividing by the height, no. Prism's cross-sectional area by the height, but as if it was standing up. That's like if the prism was like this. Remember, the cross-sectional area had to be the same throughout. That's like if the prism was standing up like that. It's not. You understand what I'm saying? So it's actually 92.5 cm squared. So the cuboid-shaped gold bar shown below has the same volume as the trapezoidal. Okay, same volume. So I put 2886 and you write one time. Calculate the height. So it is basically the same thing again in reverse. We have the area and the height. We could get the area. So the area is 30.6 by 8.2. So H will have to be the volume. We already say this, divided by the area. So this is going to be 2886 divided by 30.6. You get the answer and erase it. Multiply by 8.2. Josh, all the geniuses and thing. How are you looking? So far, how much marks are they lost? Well, you get 11.5. How they want it? So how much significant figures are I don't what is this? 11.5. So 11.501. Let me put this 11.5 centimeters to 3. Calling me now, right? All right. This is an important call. I had to take this call. This person know streaming. I know all you hoping that was CXC calling me to say, hey, paper leak, boy. Nah, yeah. Paper ain't leak. As far as I know, the paper still in leak. Paper ain't leak, the paper did not leak. Just now, I don't want it to freeze on me, so I'm trying to do the whole question in one slide. So please work question. The trapezoidal gold bar, right, is melted down, and all the gold is used to make 6 identical spheres. Where am I? Calculate for each sphere of gold its radius. All right, that's not bad. They kind of mixing real ideas together here, but they're really using the kind of filled idea, So we have the volume was 2886, and we have 6 spheres. So this was 2886 divided by 6 for one sphere. One sphere, you'll have the volume is 4/3 pi r cubed, and that's equal to 2886 divided by 6. Excuse me. Why is in the chat if you understand what I do there? Is that making sense to people? It was 2886. 2886. And they want what they want. They want the radius. And what they tell us to use something for pi. Please tell me what to use for pi. No, they didn't tell you. Oh, yeah, at the top of the question, they say use pi is 22/7. Look at here. Pi is 22/7. Great. Nice. Nicely. Nice. So this is going to work into we. Because otherwise, if you use pi in the calculator, you get decimals now. So r cube, I'm going to do some quick maths here. Is 2886 over 6. You multiply by 3/4, and then you multiply by 7/22. Because I bring across this, and I bring across that. You just invert when you bring it across. All right, let's put in that in the calculator and see what happens. 2886 divided by 6 multiplied by 0.75 multiplied by 7/22. I'm just doing this really fast on my calculator here. And I'm getting 114.784 also. 114.784. The reason I write it out with all these significance here is because I R cube. R will have to be the cube root of that, which would be so measurement man always up to this trick, so I can't really say this is harder than usual, which will have to be 10.7 what is this? Centimeters. 10.7 centimeters, folks. Did I use R cubed? Oh shucks, I use R squared. I feel labor. The square root, the cube root of 114.7. Let me do it on this calculator. So if I do it on this calculator, I would not make that mistake. Or they would I be able to tell me, so cube, shift cube 114.784. 4.8. 4.86. 4.86. 4.86. Altogether, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting 4.86. All right, then. Was that the end of this, or we still have some more marks to do? They want the surface area. So measurement one wasn't too bad, and then the density, not too bad. This is how it normally be. This is how it normally be. So this was par for course. The surface area, well, you're just going and say area is just a substitute. Area is pi r squared, 4 pi r squared. So it's going to be 4 times 22/7 times what we just get for RD. You could plug back in this whole thing and put cube root. But let me use 4.86 now. There you go. There you go, while it up. We get 4.86, right? 4.86. So 4.86 squared, and let me forget the squared, by 22/7 by 4. Type that in on the calculator there and see what I get. Again, 296.9 or 297 centimeters squared. All right, boy, measurement man. Well, see how we there, bro. So far so good. Normally when I'm doing these solutions live on YouTube, people will just be throwing all the answer at me. So why not now? What is happening? Mass to the nearest kilometer given that the density of gold is that. So this means mass is density by volume. And we just worked out the volume a little bit back, a little back. So it's 19.3 grams. Oh, they were in kilograms. Grams per cm cube. So what we dealing with so far? We dealing with grams per cm cube. And what's the volume? Hold on, the volume of the mass of a sphere. So the volume is 2886 divided by 6. 2886 divided by 6. What does that give? Let's see in the chat for the while. What you get it? So 19.3 multiplied by 2886 divided by 6 is, all I get is 9283.3. Therefore, that's grams, because they use grams for cm cube. Therefore, the mass is 9.28 kilogram. You divide by 1,000. Or to the nearest kilogram. Equal 9 kilogram to the nearest kilogram. We finally done the measurement question. So the measurement question was hard like usual. I can't really fault the measurement question for this. The measurement question is always be tricky. You always have these little tricks with the measurement question. Now they wanted it to the nearest kilogram, right? So if you didn't put it to the nearest kilogram, boom shot, they go on it and mark again for no reason, right? Well, not for no reason, because they didn't put it to the nearest kilogram. So we finally reached the question 7, which is on the doorsteps to the tough questions. But people keep telling me the tough questions was easy, and the easy questions, the supposedly easy questions, was hard. So let me see what's going on here. If I could load up a new screen. I have a feeling when I go come off the screen and stream and I go on my TikTok video and check TikTok, I go in and see all kind of bacchanal. I smell in the bacchanal. Complete the diagram below. All you did, give all this big space in the exam. Cause why, bro? Anyhow, so it's out of a 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you keep adding on 2, 2, 2, 2. They give all this big space. Or it incomplete and all incomplete all over. So they left out. You have to watch me drawing hexagons here now. You have to use your ruler. It's incomplete there, so I fixed that one. And then I'll fix you up here too, brother. Come on. Why they making me do this for? Why? Why? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 2 more. 2 more. Ching, 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 ching. Wash, man, she. Shang, 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 shang. Was the Chinese thing from TikTok? Chinese song? Am I a bee? Why am I drawing these honeycomb things? Why I look like a bee? All right, so you had to draw this thing. You had to draw this thing better than that, right? Just neaten it up, there. I can't be running around here with 138,000 subscribers and putting down this kind of drawing performance. I'm gonna represent my subscribers here. so thing. I represent a little better there, a little better. All right, let me go forward. Hopefully we get remarks there. Let me go forward. We don't really care about that. This part is the juicy part. But that was interesting in that they left out the bottom piece. Are you see that? They leave out the bottom piece, so I had to go and put in the bottom piece there. What is that? No, I'm a firm believer that a math exam mustn't try to trick you with gotcha questions. They must only try to trick you with the maths, not with the but did you see that one down in the corner there? They mustn't try to trick you like that. So anyhow, let me see what's going on here. So the first row you're gonna fill is the n. It's going up by 2. So you know this is 2n plus 1. 2n plus 1. So remember, I always tell you it is a good old faithful question that you could collect marks on. So it's going up by 2. It's 2n plus 1. What about this one? It's going up by a steady number. Please go by a steady number, my brother. We have been through some tough times. So don't try to while it up here. 8, right? So it's going up by 8. So 8n. 8 by 1 is 8 plus 7. 16 plus 7. Yes, so it's plus 7. 8n plus 7, you all get? Nice. What's going on? Again, a steady go up here as well. 4, 4, 4, 4. Brilliant. So this is 4n. So this is the best question ever. This starting to beat back the functions question. Because what is this? It's coming sweet. 4 by 1 is 4 plus 8. 4n plus 8. 4n plus 8 is a thing of beauty. So now we just substitute these to get back this. I don't need to show all the working for this, right? You just substitute. 2 by 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. 5 by 8 is 40 plus 7 is 47. 47. What is this? Perimeter. You already get that. All right. So this one you need to equate and go backwards. So I'll do the working for that one. So you have 2n plus 1 is equated to 47. This means 2n is equal to 47 minus 1 is just 46. And this means n is equal to 46 divided by 2, which is 23. So this is 23. So 23, you'll plug this in this now. So 4 by 23 plus 8. So everybody getting marks in this, right? If you didn't get marks in this, well, you want some licks. 4 by 23. Why I can't add all of a sudden, boy? 92. 4 3 is that, yeah. 92 plus 8, 100. 100. 100. Just like that, we collect real marks. Watch out this. Watch how fast we rack up some marks. Like 7 marks we rack up. You know? All now, so we still trying to work out 2 marks in question 2. It take about twice this time to get 2 marks in question 2. And we get 7 marks in this. So I hope all you make all your name in that question there. And then they ask you something that they ask you already. We do this in class, we do this online, we do this all over already. This same kind of why the perimeter can work. That's what they ask you there. She says she can make a perimeter. I explain why she's incorrect. Of 1005. Well, 1005. To be correct, 1005 equal 4n plus 8. Or I'll write it the other way. 4n plus 8 must be equal to 1005, and n must also be equal to an integer. It can't be like a 1 point something because it's figures, so it's going up in integers now. So this means 4n is equal to 1005 minus 8, whatever that is. And most likely, I guess, n being a decimal, which means it's not working. So you want 997 divided by 4. And you obviously see it's not an integer value. So it's not a figure. That's this is the sweetest question in the paper. Except for this little hidden honeycomb here, which wasn't that bad if you're paying attention, if you're staying awake. But this was the sweetest question in the paper, the fastest 10 marks. One of the fastest 10 marks we ever rack up in a question like this. That was the sweetest question on the paper. All you agree? Other than question 4, which was also sweet. That was sweeter than question 4, to be honest. All you're trying to snap number 8 here. Number 8 is our next functions. Well, yes. Well, yes. We cooking now. We cooking. They're stopping. They're not cooking we anymore. We going and cook them now. We bubble in our pot. Switch the gas tank. Call Ramco. Bring some more gas. We going and cook them with this question. So determine the yeah. What? A substitution. Oh, it's only 1 mark though, but still, let me collect it. So it's 5 minus 2 squared in a question 8. The good things, boy, good things. Don't let us pass. That is good things. Don't let them good things get away, boy. So, boom. And the last question, I want to say integer. Nalini, I know you're probably watching this to double check. I shouldn't use the word integer. I should use the word whole number. It shouldn't. I said it belongs to the set of integers. It needs to belong to the set of natural numbers actually. There's no zero thing. So you need to, so y'all, if you put integer, they will get the mark anyhow. But you should really use natural number. It must be a natural number. It must be a counting number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can't be a decimal. Right? So yeah, next one. I just want to be real clear with what I say. So f inverse of 3, wait, what do I want us to find? Determine the value of f inverse of 3. So there's a shortcut to this. If f inverse of 3 is this means this is the answer. Therefore, you can equate the 3 to the 2x minus 1 over 3. And just start to cook again. We're cooking them all. We're cooking them. So you get 9 plus 1 is equal to 2x. So you get x is equal to 10 over 2. All you get 5. More cook. We're in full flight now. We're dangerous right now. What's the next part? A composite function. Yes, Lord. So imagine the question 8 is easier than the question 2. CXC, what in the backwards is this by? Derive an expression in its simplest form for fg of x. Fg of x, f of x is 2x minus 1 over 3, and g of x is 5 minus x squared. So what happening here? Fg of x, Fg of x. So Fg of x mean we need to take big old g of x and send him inside it. So Fg of x means f of 5 minus x squared, which means 2, 5 minus x squared minus 1. No, it's really not that bad enough. 10 minus 2x squared minus 1 over 3, which is 9 minus 2x squared over 3. Don't go and try and cancel this 3 and mess up yourself. That'll be able to cancel from everybody. What we saying? What we stating? So far, so good? So far, so good. That pot bubbling. What next? Sketch the graph. We could sketch graphs. We have been sketching graphs our whole life. So sketch the graph of the function g of x, where g of x? 5 minus x squared. G of x is 5 minus x squared, or better written as minus x squared plus 5. Stay with me now. Stay with me now, Ollie. Don't get lost. You could substitute values and get it out. The way we to do it in a grid. So they say sketch the graph. It's not a sketcher. You had to clearly draw this properly. This one you had to draw it properly. You can't just draw randoms. And your sketch indicate the maximum, minimum, and the roots. Okay, yeah, we definitely had to draw this properly. So let me at least show the roots. When x is equal to 0, we're calling this g of x. Yeah, they have y here. So let y be g of x. Y is equal to 5 minus 0. So 5. So you have the 0, 5. So it's definitely going to cut at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's reasonable to call that 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's definitely going to cut here, guys. So we have a point. How many of you all got that? You all got that? Why isn't each other together? And then remember I tell you how to do these graphs. When y is 0 now, you'll have 0 is equal to 5 minus x squared. So x squared is equal to 5. So x is equal to plus or minus the root of 5. We kind of need to put that in the calculator because we need to get them roots. Plus or minus the root of 5. That part you kind of needed to understand quadratics to be able to really count it. 2.236, 2.24, 2.24. So x would be either negative 2.24 or x is 2.24. So cool. So cool. We can also plug in some random values to just, excuse me, have some more points. So let's 2, 2, 2. Let's put this as 1 then. You know what I'm doing now? I want my curve to fit in the graph properly, and I feel it'll take away marks if you put 1, 2 on your curve. How many of you all get a tiny curve like this? I feel it'll take away marks if you get a tiny curve, so you know. And 1, 2, maybe they shouldn't take away marks. Let me not frighten the people cheering. So -1, -2, I don't think they take away marks. -3, especially if you bring down your curve a little bit, so it look proper things. But the reason I put in the scale double, and I write my scale here, scale x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 0.5, and on the y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. And then I write my title here. I just out of habit of doing that. When x is 1, I can even show you working for it. When x is 1, g of x or y is 5 minus 1 is 4. So we know that this is also a point here. This is a point here. And this is a point here. -1 will do the same thing. Let me try 2. When x is 2, y is 5 minus 2 squared. Y is 1. So this is also a point. Lovely. And let's just put in 3. When x is 3, y is -4. Y is 5 minus 3 squared, which is, that's what they say, right? 5 minus 3 squared, which is -4. So let's go find -4, -1, -2, -3, -4. It's taking some time. But it's not particularly hard if you know about graphs. So there we go. And we just draw everything proper. They paps. Boom. And I don't even think we needed to work out the roots like manually, because did they ask to work out the roots? Say to state the roots or anything? Why is in the chat if you get that? I don't think they asked you to state the roots, and on your sketch, indicate the roots. They just ask you to indicate the roots. So A and B are the roots, and the maximum, I can actually write maximum here. Maximum, right? Is a maximum. And I thought I make a mistake there, not there. I thought I make a mistake. But yeah, it's a maximum point because this is negative. Oh, good. If I had to draw for that whole thing, I might have just close the live one time and just go. Take my marbles and go. All right, so there's the next one. Was there anything else they asked about that? That's it. Was there anything else asked about that? Allow me to check over number 1. I check over number 1 just now, right? I don't think I make a mistake in number 1 and all. You think I make a mistake in number 1? Josh, you get the same thing I get for number 1? I think I do the correct thing. If I remember, I start off pretty strong. Number 1 was going good until until number 2 arrived. Until the Fire Nation came. The graph below shows a quadratic. On the grid above, draw the tangent to the curve at x is equal to 1. Hey, for a second, I thought x is equal to 1 is here, but look, there's the 1 over there, which is bad, CXE. CXEs break their own rules, you know. You're not supposed to, so they're supposed to at least put 0.5 here. Because a man could have missed that 1, a man could have think there's 1 and draw your thing there. Anyhow, so you bring out your ruler and you're trying to get this. Yeah. Any more help with this? No? Use the tangent drawn to estimate the gradient. So you're on your own here. You have to figure out this tangent. So you're trying to make this the best friend zone line you could on 1. Right? That is the line there. Could bring them up a little bit. Of course, you don't have the option to bring up line and thing like what you're doing there. Use the tangent. Use the tangent drawn to estimate the gradient. Oh, okay. I need to find some points that making sense. Need to find some points. So you have a point here. You know what? I might arrange this so that this point will call sweetener. You have a point here that looks like 0, 2. What else you have, boy? Have a point up here. You want to use points that are far from each other now. I don't want to deal with that scale. What is the scale? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, God, boy, CXC, boy. Ah! Why they making me go into all these scale work, boy? I don't want to use this point either. I don't want to use this point either. That is bad form. I mean, you could probably get away using this point. You could probably get away using this point. Fine, I'm going to use this point. 1, 3. It would be better if I could get a nice clean point up there. But nobody now have time to go and break down this. What you have to do is find how much times 20 divisions could go into 1. And then you check up all the divisions and multiply by 1 over 20. And I ain't have no time for that. I ain't not going to show that. So the gradient m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is like 3 minus 2 over, hold up, there's 0. Yeah, there's 3, there's 2. 3 minus negative 2. I know something was wrong. 3 minus negative 2. This is negative 2 earlier. 3 minus negative 2 over 1 minus 0. So it's 5 over 1. I'll get the gradient to be about 5. You go across 1 and it go up 5. Yeah, about 5. The gradient is about 5. What you get for your gradient? About 5. How much marks they give you for that? 2 marks? Okay, fair. Wait, it still add more? Still add more. Write down the equation of the tangent in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Well, we know the gradient and we know the y-intercept. So most likely a y-intercept was supposed to be negative 2. So from the time I see this happening, I would line up my line to make sure it cut through that negative 2. I do not want that to miss negative 2. Otherwise, I go down and pour water C, right? So you get the gradient to be negative 1. What part of this line look like it have a negative gradient? Oh, you get the tangent to pass through negative 1? Now use a ruler and line it. Well, I'll probably remember my diagram not scaled up at night, which I have wobbles and thing here. So maybe, but I doubt. Nah, I doubt. Negative 2 feeling better. Negative 2 feeling better. I doubt. So write down equation y equal mx plus c. And c is negative 2. And m is 5. We know c is negative 2 from the graph now. So therefore, y is equal to 5x minus 2 is the answer. 4.4 as the gradient. Okay. It's not the gradient, police. 4.4 something, all right. All right, tell you, where we at? We make it into number 9. How much time passed so far? 1 hour and 43 minutes, and I explaining and working on online and thing. So not bad. Some of the easier questions kind of made back up for all the time lost in question 2, and the statistics question did something as well. There was another question as quarreling with. Yeah, 4.6, not too bad. VXYZ line is circle as shown, center O. Any new friends? Angle 1862, all of that on the diagram. We don't need nothing else. UW is up tangent. So if you give you a tangent and it's just the tangent, I'm looking for the alternate segment theorem one time. All you do, all you do, I tell you to do. All you open the paper one time and check out for the theorems. You see now bunny is here. You see center to circumference there. You see isosceles triangle here. What else are you seeing? It's no quadrilateral though. And I see the alternate segment theorem. All you do the thing and it work. I tell you. That one, this thing must be carrying this question carrying, boy. All right. Let me go. A, we're going to use the alternate segment theorem. And I went through the whole explanation of this last night. I'm going to talk it out, right? I'm running out of energy. And I have a whole 12-hour crash course tomorrow for AdMaths. Angle between the tangent UVW and the chord VZ is equal to the angle in the opposite, is equal to the angle in the triangle in the alternate segment. That's how I know A is 62. A is 62. So far, so good. Where's the next one? B. Where's B? B is here. Well, B is that bunny ears thing. So B is also 62. If you do the thing where you just say all of them is 62, you might get true. So how do we get B is 62? Angles subtended from a common chord, and you write the name of the chord, ZV, in the same segment are equal. So that's your reason, right? I'm calling out the reason and feeling to write it. What's the next one? C. C is twice as much. So what he'll say is angle at the center, C, is equal to the angle at the circumference, ZXV, is equal to 2 times the angle at the circumference. That's the next term. So this is 62 times 2, 124. How many of these you all get out so far? How many of these you all get out so far? So ABC was good stuff. Good stuff. ABCD. D comes next. This is a isosceles triangle. So firstly, you'll need to explain that OZV is an isosceles triangle because it has 2 radii. OZ is a radii and OV is a radii. OV. So, and then the next thing I need to explain is that the base angles in an isosceles triangle are equal. And since we already know that C is 124, it means that D is equal to 180 minus 124 divided by 2, which is how much? Which is 28. 28. So far, so good. You're racking up marks in this, boy. And I like how the packet full of different things to get. Each one come for 2 marks. Let me see how much each one come for. The question 8 and no, 1 mark, 1 mark. Oh, geez, they tell you what the angle was. And I really think I'm doing something that's stealing my marks, boy. They could have leave it, boy, and let me get all the marks. They told you what the angle was for these two, B and C. Waste of time, man. And then OVW, they wanted to say why that is 90. So they wanted you to state the terms. I'm going like I write these terms now, boy. And then this was the next piece. I hate them so much. all right. Hate is a strong word. So B is equal to 62. Yeah, to state the term, you want the alternate segment term. All you add as alternate segment term, right? We talked about this, the angle between the tangent and the chord is equal to the angle in the triangle in the alternate segment. And when you say the angle in the triangle, mention ZXV. Angle 124, well, you know this. The angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference from the common chord in the same segment. And state a theorem, OVW. Oh, this is the angle between a tangent and the tangent is normal with the radius. The tangent and the radius make a normal. So a tangent with a radius make a normal. Therefore, this has to be 90 degrees. All right, so I talk these, right? Forgive me for not actually writing it. I'm tired. So the next one is find the values of A, D, and E. We already did A. We already did D. We do D. We just work out D. Last one is E. So how are we doing E, boy? This don't necessarily need to be How are we doing D, boy? Oh, they give me that 18 for a reason. They give me that 18 for a reason. And because this is 28. So I know this angle, I know this angle. Now I just need to find this whole angle now. And if this is 18, it's a real ways for me to get this. A real ways for me to get this. What trying to figure out E? Alright, I seen the journey here. I seen the end of the rope. It have a few ways for me to get this, but I seen I could take this 18 and send it there. Common chord, angle, same. I know this is 90 because it is on a diameter. You see now, people? So this is 18. This is 28. So therefore, E is 90 minus 18 plus 28. Yeah. Okay, fine. We go into the grace of God here. 90 minus 18 plus 28. 44? 44. E is 44. This really not drawn to scale, boy. If you had used your compass here, gone through. And then, now your compass, your protractor. We had to do a bearings, just a random triangle, a randoms. We just had to do a random triangle here for this last bit. We come into our end, people. Holy feet. Holy feet. Maths paper, boy. Of maths papers, boy. You have to calculate QR for how much marks? For 3 marks. And that would have bring us to, oh no. Had more to go. Then you had to do some bearings and things. So you had a full bearings question here. We did some bearings this morning. 1 o'clock in the night, we up doing bearings. How many earlier was in that stream this morning? So the diagram below shows a quadrilateral PQRS formed by joining two triangles, blah, blah, blah. Calculate the length of QR. Right? So this is the guy holding up the stick. So I'm going to call this A, comma. So I'm going to draw this over. I'm going to call this B, call this C, call this capital A, call this common A. And say A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos of A. This is 16, this is 18, this is 25. So we had A squared is equal to 16 squared plus 18 squared minus 2 by 16 by 18 by cos of 25. Put that whole thing in your calculator and tell me how much you get. Wait, did I make a mistake just now? No, I didn't. Just checking over here. So we substituting straight with our cosine rule. No, I don't think I make a mistake. I was checking the gradient thing. It was 5. It was 5. Yeah. It felt good. So A squared. So I'm going to say 16 squared, and I substituted well. 18 squared minus 2 by 16 by 18 by cos of 25 equal that altogether. Why looking so small? Or the angle small, the angle itself small. 16 squared minus 2, okay. So I put 57.9667. You don't want to approximate yet. So A is equal to the square root of that, which is Imagine if you had a chance to go back in time armed with this knowledge now. 7.61 meters. 7.61 meters. All right, let's get the next bit. The bearing of P from S. All right, we'll try that again. The bearing of P from S is 205. So it means if I do this, a knot here, and I go all the way around, again 105. No, 205, sorry. All right, how does that help me? Determine the bearing of R from S. So already sensing something here coming. We sensing something in the pipes. 205 they say. I don't get them a note here. What we want? R from S. We want this little bit here. We want this piece here. So we know what we need to do. We need to get them a little minus. So we're going to say R from S would be 205 minus 72 plus 25. That's what it is. So it's 205 minus 72 plus 25, 108 degrees. 108 degrees, you all got that? S from P. From P, so we need to come here now and get this piece, S from P. All right, but we could do this because it's a kind of co-interior angle situation. We could, if all it was in the stream last night, I'll mash up this one. You come and you do this, you could get that angle right there, right? One time, right? So we can label that angle. Let's call it T. So T is equal to 360 minus 205. 360 minus 205, you get 155. And this angle here is co-interior. Co-interior angles are supplementary. Co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, this angle here, and I could label it again. I could label it T, Q. I just don't want to use a letter to use V. Therefore, V is equal to 180 degrees minus what I get, 155 minus 155. 180 minus 155 is how much? 25. 25 degrees. Therefore, the bearing, and we want to make sure I write the bearing properly, is 025 degrees. Lovely. What next? Was that it? Okay, we didn't even have to bring on the sign. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, shake the hand of the person next to you. We made it. We made it to the last question, ladies and gents. So the last question. Normally, when I'm doing like solutions live, is take me like about 2 hours. This one is taking me a little longer. How long this one is taking? Oh, not too short, not too much. So, it's just a little longer than the average maths paper. Because I'll be talking in between and explaining and doing all kind of online stuff. Quality of the test, I rate it like a 6 out of 10. The mark structure was all over the place. Some of the questions was really nice. Some was decent. Measurement man, do anything normal, steady, right through. But the quality, they pass, bro. If this paper, if CX used to get marked on the quality of the paper based on the exams, the history of the exam, so the norm, the exam norm and culture, and also the syllabus, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. It was not too nicely structured paper, in my opinion. The marks system was just terrible. Anything that come off the syllabus, not really. The only thing that was off the norm that I see so far was the probability question. That was a little off the norm. So like, yeah, something like in the income, like that income. Normally, probability is just a simple thing. So other than that, it's the determinant of the matrix 6 2v negative 5 negative v is 24. Calculate the value of v. Well, determinant, if the matrix is A, B, C, D, if then the determinant is AD minus BC, therefore the determinant of that matrix, therefore the determinant of this guy, 6, 2v, negative 5, negative v, has to be AD. So 6 by negative v, so that's negative 60, plus, well, minus 5 by 2 is 10, v equal to 24. Make sense? So this is negative 16v is equal to 24. So v is equal to 24 divided by negative 16. Just now, let me double check this. Something missing here. I'm supposed to get minus minus, and I'm supposed to get minus minus. So it's written that plus. Supposed to get minus minus. Spidey sense was tingling there. It's supposed to be AD minus BC. So the negative will cancel and I get positive. So you'll get actually 4v. Yeah, 4v is equal to 24. So v is equal to 6. Look, v is equal to 6. That's not right. What's next? 2 marks. Matrix man, do anything normal too? Big up matrix man. Matrices L and M are defined as following. The product and multiplication, not bad. So you just need to multiply. 5, 2. I hope all didn't let question 2 throw all your off. It had real marks to collect another question still. So I'm praying that 9 by 2, that you hold all your nerves together. 5 by negative 4, question 2. To come so early in the paper, nah. That could have throw off real people. 2 by negative 4. How you manage, boy? I'll keep it together after question 2. So it's 18. I need to go and investigate this leak. I've seen too much people talking about it. 6 plus negative 8. Let me double check this. 9 by 2, 5 by negative 4. 3 by 2, 2 by negative 4. So this is what? Negative 2, negative 2. I'll get negative 2, negative 2. So not bad. We're finishing off strong. You have to find inverse. They really bring back a normal matrices, boy. They really bring back a normal matrices and me. L inverse, the inverse of L. I prefer when the paper do what it's supposed to do. Be easy in the beginning and be hard in the ending. Don't switch it up on me. don't be testing out nothing on me. And just be how it's normally be, bro. Don't try to switch it up. L inverse, so we go ahead and we find the determinant of L. So it's AD minus BC. So it's 9 by 2 minus 5 by 3. I'm feeling like I'm doing something wrong. 18 minus 15. So I get 3. Adjoint of L is 9, 5. Oh, sorry. Negative. No, switch the D and the A. Switch the sign here. So you're going to get 2, 9, negative 5, negative 3. That's it. So the inverse, L inverse, will be 1 over the determinant. I'll probably copy my flow word for word on this by the adjoint. So this is going to be 1 over 3 by 2, negative 3, negative 5, 9. And you can leave that like that. You can merge in everything in. So you get 2 over 3 Negative 3 over negative 3 is negative 1. Negative 5 over 3 and 3. Zoop, 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 doo, 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 doo. Zoop, 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 doo, 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 doo. Part C. We ain't done this question yet. Oh no, we still have to do a little vectors in the ending. So yeah, the paper also, I can admit that the paper was longer than the normal paper. So time would have been an issue for sure. Time would have been an issue for people. PQ is 5, negative 4. If P is the point, determine the coordinates of Q. Wow. Oh, so they're giving me OP and they want to find OQ. So we did this yesterday as well. So remember, PQ is actually equal to triangle law now. Is equal to OQ minus OP. But who are really trying to find here? Determine the coordinates of Q, which is really OQ. So therefore, OQ is like I bring across the OP. So I get PQ plus OP. Or some of you all would have done it like OQ, go from O to P, so you do OP, and then you say plus PQ, which is totally fine as well, which was like the easier thing to do actually. So remember, OP is just simply take this and put it vertically. So really and truly, all they're asking you to do is add these two things together. So you have 5, negative 4 plus negative 2, 3. And I'm getting negative, no, I'm getting 3, 1. 3, 1. I see somebody say 7, negative 7. I'm getting 3, negative 1. I've seen some weird numbers here, boy. Yeah. Let me just load up the last bit, the vectors bit of this. Wait, I'm in the vectors bit. No, the last bit had a next kind of vector situation, some pentagon, an irregular pentagon. An irregular pentagon, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing it home, we're bringing it home. OD is equal to 2AB. OD is 2 times that, fine. So this is like a B and another B going here. OA is 2DC, so this is like a half of a A here. It's like A and 2. And what else? OA is equal to A, AB is equal to B. Right, fine. That was it, right? I didn't skip out anything, right? Did I skip out anything, boy? Feeling the heebie-jeebies here. Guys, did I remember to change? Because I found OQ was, I find OQ to be just now. And I tell her again, some strange things. 3, negative 1. That's not the final answer. They want the coordinates of Q. And so you're supposed to write it like this. Q is 3, negative 1. Probably that was feeling like I was leaving out. So that's that. And in the pentagon, OABCD, find AD, A to D. We could go a known route, so we could go down A, theta vectors going another route, and 2B's. So it's negative A plus 2B. What's the next one? That is it? Nearly done. Just a few more marks. Claw your way home. Claw your way across the finish line. There's a few more marks to go. BC. We had to go a known route again. We don't know the way from B to C. Do we? Do we? We can pretend like this existed. And we could find BC. Because you had to go 1B this way and a negative A and 2 this way. Yeah. So BC is B minus A and 2 or minus half A. How many of you all got that? Or you could have go all the way around here and come back around there and do all that ginjat. So you could create your own point here. A, O, D, A, B, C, D. Let's create a point E here. Put it in the diagram and show. Show that you're smart now, boy. Show the people them. Show them what you can do, Reggie. Get them. And AD. Okay. This is how we finishing off here. Last bit. And it's looking kind of ticklish. State the conclusion about the modulus of the magnitude of AD and BC that can be drawn from your responses in 1 and 2. So AD, BC. Oh, you want to say about the magnitude? Well, this one is B minus a half A. So this one is negative a half A plus B. Right? And this one is negative A plus 2B. So we can see that AD, this is stated, so you didn't even need to show them why. AD is actually 2 times BC. AD is actually 2 times BC. Simple things, man. Simple things. The matrices and vectors question was easy too. Matrices and vectors question was easy. The bearings question wasn't too bad. Normalish on the bearings. That's not easier side of bearings actually. The circle theorem was decent. A lot of marks passed through in the circle theorem. And number 8 was easy. I had to say number 8 was easy because number 8 could do all kind of things. So at least the last bit of the paper made up for some of the nonsense that was happening in the beginning. So that's why I wouldn't fail the paper. I would say like the paper is like 6 out of 10. The mark system for some of the questions went all right. All right then. So how much marks will you get? Type it in the chat below. I'm going to see what all this noise is I hearing in the airways is about. Those of y'all who in the AdMaths Crash Course, see you later tomorrow, 9 a.m. bright and early. I hope I get some good sleep tonight. And I'm editing no videos or any kind of thing. Later, people. Enjoy.